Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS. Continuing on with college football week 5. We're talking Coach Prime. Coach Prime came through for me last Saturday. I needed Colorado moneyline to give myself a winning day. Hail Mary, overtime win. It was awesome. So are we going to go back to him? Are we going to go back to the Buffs here? Colorado on the road to UCF. Let's go.
Welcome to the SWUS. The SWUS. Hey, get the SWUS.
All right, like I said, Buffs are on the road in Central Florida for this one. UCF laying 2 touchdowns, 14.5 even open on a few books. Total sitting at 62.5 or 63, depending on your sports book. So let's go ahead and get into this one, and we'll start with the pie charts that I don't trust. According to this data, public action coming in on the Buffs, sharp action on UCF. But as I always say, take this data with a grain of salt. So let's get into this one, and we got two fast-paced offenses here. Colorado sitting at 15th in pace. Actually, UCF is tied, also at 15th. But we're looking at polar opposites in terms of Colorado 4th in pass frequency, Central Florida 5th in run frequency. So two fast-paced offenses. Colorado's trying to throw the ball, UCF's trying to run the ball. So how do these teams match up? We'll start with Colorado's offense. Not quite as explosive as maybe we were expecting. They're 62nd in OFEI, 73rd in yards per pass attempt. We know the run game is not it's not in the playbook for Colorado. This is a passing team. They're just 73rd in yards per pass attempt, 52nd in passing success rate. They are still rated 21st in effective pass, so some advanced metrics still have them as a top 25 passing attack, even though we really haven't seen it yet. The issue is right here. Same issue as last year. The pass protection. 86th in pass blocking grade, 112th in sack rate allowed, 119th in pressure rate allowed, 122nd in hurry rate allowed. So there it is right here. That's Colorado's main problem offensively. Are they able to protect Shedeur Sanders? Now, I do have some good news for Colorado. UCF really struggled to defend Josh Hoover in the TCU passing attack. It looked really bad. On the season, UCF just 96th. Defensively in yards per pass attempt allowed, 118th in success rate, 81st in effective pass. So it's looking like UCF might have a weaker pass defense. And look at their pass rush. I thought Central Florida's pass rush would be improved this year. They're 126th in sack rate, 108th in pressure rate. That is excellent news for Shedeur Sanders in Colorado. In that TCU game, Josh Hoover was pressured on just 19.6% of his dropbacks. That's the 7th least of all 134 quarterbacks in week 3. So they weren't able to generate pressure on Josh Hoover at all, and he cooked the shit out of them. 35 of 52, 402 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, a 157.6 passer rating. And by the way, yes, TCU's offensive line is better than Colorado's offensive line, but this is not a TCU offensive line that we're expecting to be great this year. They lost 4 starters from last year's team. So, look, again, TCU still has a better offensive line than Colorado, but it's not like TCU has some elite pass protection. That was just a poor defensive performance from UCF. So I really don't like that going into this matchup, because we know if Shedeur Sanders has time in the pocket, I mean, he's going to score points. So definitely not encouraging to see UCF couldn't pressure Josh Hoover at all in that TCU game. But now we flip it over to the other side, and we look at the UCF offense, and here's the story right here. I mean, this UCF offense, this is an elite rushing attack, 10th in yards per carry, 2nd in rushing success rate, 1st in effective rush. This is one of the better rushing attacks in all of the country. The offense as a whole is 14th in yards per play, 4th in success rate. Look at the offensive line creating space, 27th in run blocking grade, 2nd in adjusted line yards, 6th in stuff rate, 25th in power success rate. KJ Jefferson's been okay. He's got 563 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. He hasn't been asked to do a ton. Like I said before, this is an offense that's trying to run the ball with RJ Harvey. And KJ Jefferson is still having the same problems as he was last year, just struggling with pressure. You saw the same thing last year at Arkansas. I mean, just really struggles when you're able to put pressure on him. So is Colorado able to put pressure on him? Probably not. But honestly, what we need to talk about in this game is RJ Harvey. 448 rush yards already on the year, 7.6 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Is Colorado going to be able to stop this guy? I mean, probably not. But we do have to give the Buffs some credit. They're definitely doing a much better job defensively this year. Look at their defensive line metrics. 16th in run defense grade, 38th in line yards. I mean, they're not getting blown off the ball defensively in the defensive front like they were last year. Look at Colorado's defensive numbers. They're 81st in DFEI, 42nd in yards per play allowed, 54th in success rate. Run defense, they're 68th in yards per carry, 42nd in success rate, 70th in effective rush. Look, I'm by no means saying Colorado has a good defense, but it's certainly way better than it was last year. We've seen a couple pretty solid performances recently. I mean, this team went on the road into Lincoln, held Nebraska to 334 total yards, 6.2 yards per pass, 4.3 yards per rush. That's not bad. The Baylor game, the final score, 38-31. You would think, Colorado got lit up on the defensive side. Not really. Baylor had just 314 total yards in the game, 7 yards a pass, 4 yards a carry. Colorado's defense wasn't terrible in that game. I know they gave up 31 points, but wasn't a terrible defensive effort. Again, am I saying Colorado's going to stop the UCF rushing attack in the bounce house? No, but I think we do need to give them some credit that they're greatly improved from last year. And in my opinion, they shouldn't be catching 2 touchdowns. Now, I know some people are going to be laying the points here because UCF is coming off a bye week. But so far this season, I mean, we're only in week 5, but teams coming off a bye week are just 13-14 straight up, 14-13 against the spread. So coming off a bye week hasn't been any sort of advantage in terms of winning games or covering the number. In my opinion, this shouldn't be 2 touchdowns. And I know this is going to be a super public dog. It's Colorado. But there's no way I'm laying 14 here. I don't know if I actually bet this one, but it would only be the Buffs here. Give me Colorado plus 14.5 for this video. As of right now, I haven't placed this bet yet. If you'd like to see all the bets I do have open, head over to KyleKirms.com and click on Open Bets. You'll see mine as well as everyone on the staff here. Also, if you signed up to Sauce Network Plus, it comes with access to the Discord, and you can participate in the weekly betting league. $150 on one of these trophies go to the winner every single week. Live shows, Saturday morning, college football, we're live from 10 a.m. Eastern Time up to kickoff. Sunday, NFL, we're live from 11 a.m. Eastern Time up to kickoff. If you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. Let's have ourselves a nice college football week 5 here. Coming off a really nice weekend. Followed it up by losing Jags plus 5.5 by about 40 points. So not a nice Monday, but a good weekend. Let's have ourselves a good one. Remember to bet responsibly. Talk to you in the Discord.